Oh, hey, what's up, you guys? How's it going? It's Papa, and it's been a couple weeks since I last uploaded on the channel, and there's a very simple explanation for that, and that is because I was on vacation. I haven't been home for a while, so I am just now getting back. While I was on vacation, I didn't really focus on cards, I didn't focus on work. That's the point of vacation. It was nice to just be able to spend some time with my family and my loved ones and just be able to just kind of forget about everything for a while. But while I was gone, honestly, I didn't really pay attention to a whole lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I really just kind of kept my phone down and I mainly watched a lot of wrestling, but that's just because I like wrestling. If you do want to catch up with me and make sure that you are staying in touch, I want to go ahead and shout out my Instagram. It is PapaGoatYGO. If you want to have any kind of feedback, if I'm not uploading on YouTube, then that is the best way to get a hold of me. It's also just where I'm the most active, so if you haven't already, go ahead and follow my Instagram and my other social medias in the bio of this video. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Honestly, while I was gone, I did watch a little bit of the YCS, I'm not gonna lie, only because I was just genuinely curious as to what was going to be happening, if people were going to be trying new decks, if people were going to be trying new strategies, but honestly quite the opposite happened. Now correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't really looked at the full analytics just yet before I am making this video, but I want to say that we have kind of like a YCS Dallas situation back on our hands, where basically if you are not playing Snake Eye, you are essentially not topping your YCS event. I believe the number was around like 80 something percent. It was like between 80 and 90% of the YCS tops were Snake Eye players, and that's an issue. I have seen numerous posts since I got back talking about how the game is dying, how Konami is essentially giving up on their game, how Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are just falling out and wanting to play either older formats or switch to a different game in general that has better pricing. And also the main issue with this format is Snake Eye. I don't know if you've actually watched any of the feature matches, but I did go back and watch the last two finals, or not two finals, but the last two rounds of the event. It was kind of awful.
Blossom and an Infinite Impermanence. A card I cannot quite make out. Copies of Ash Blossom. Yep.
I know you can make that argument that that's kind of like what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is right now, but essentially when it's just Snake Eye feature after Snake Eye feature, it gets really boring. Don't get me wrong, I do give Konami credit though for being able to try and get other decks on the feature stream, even though when you do get to the finals of the feature matches, it is majority Snake Eye mirrors, but being able to see other decks compete as well. I think we had Dinkan Fem. I apologize if I say the name wrong. He got to play Pirelli on stream. I saw a couple branded players on stream, I believe, and I think that was really it. So not super diverse as it should be, but I think Konami really needs to take a lesson here. Now, in no way, shape, or form am I the best player to be talking about this kind of situation, because again, I am pretty much casual with the game at this point. I don't really go to events, I don't go to YCSs as much. I usually just kind of play in my state. For those that don't know, I'm in California. There is quite a few different regionals that happen here, but there is basically no YCSs that happen anywhere near close to me, so I'm kind of SOL out of that one. However, while I was gone, I was unable to go to locals these past couple weeks, but I was also unable to go to my Los Angeles regional, which is only about an hour away from me.
I'm not worried about it! I'm not worried about any of this!
So again, I know I don't really have too much of an input here as opposed to like what the competitive base is right now, because I haven't really been paying too much attention, but honestly, if I may be honest, there's nothing really to have been keeping track of. Snake Eye is still the best deck after the last ban list, so the ban list didn't really essentially do anything. It just made the deck that was the best deck essentially stay dominant as the best deck. You do have players that sneak in there. You have your runic players, you have your voiceless voice players. Not me. Sorry, the deck is still good. I haven't really updated it since the new support did come out, but that's just because I've been enjoying playing other decks as opposed to playing Voiceless, because I played Voiceless for about 2 months straight after the deck did come out. One of the big issues that I see with deck building right now is that I'm seeing a deck play about anywhere near between 9 to 15 hand traps in the main deck, and that is a huge issue with the game. The game has way too many one-card starters right now to basically where if you see just one of your starters and just 4 hand traps, odds are you are not losing that game. I think a lot of people are just growing stale though, because we do have just Snake Eye running rapid. Essentially, if you are not going to locals and going to like a regional or YCS, all you're going to be seeing at the top tables are Snake Eye players. And even as a Snake Eye player, I'm sure you're not having fun knowing that you're probably going to be playing a bunch of mirror matches all day, and if you're not playing a mirror match, then you essentially have the match won. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just in a really rough spot right now. I don't think there's anything wrong with like the price of the game per se. I just think like the big issue is their pricing and just keeping up with the damn game.
Good one. Yep, that's a good one.
Imagine traveling to, let's say, Nationals this season. Nationals, if I may be right or wrong here, is in Texas this year. Imagine flying to Texas. Imagine having to go to Nationals. You already have to have your invite. You have to pay for your travel, which, by the way, if you are traveling, don't fly United Airlines. So on top of travel, you have to pay for all the cards that you need for the event. If you're not paying for them, maybe you're borrowing them from someone, or maybe you're borrowing them from one of the card shops that you play at. Either way, you do have to get the cards. You have to book a hotel, and you have to pay for your food. You have to play essentially 2 days worth of Yu-Gi-Oh! And you have to play essentially perfect and not lose to any bullshit while you're playing in Swiss. Those are all 5 big things that you have to do just to go to a Nationals, or basically just go to a YCS at this point. And look at it this way. You make top 32 of the event. You go undefeated in Swiss the entire tournament. You lose your top 32 matchup. You rank in top 32 for the whole tournament, and you get a mouse pad.
That sucks, dude.
Guys, the mouse pad isn't going to pay for anything. It's not even going to really pay for much of your food on the trip, let alone your flight and your hotel. A playmat is probably going to be ranging you between like $40 to $100, which again will probably cover some of your food, but not all of your food for the entire time that you are gone traveling. You probably make it to top 16. If you're lucky to get to top 16, maybe you get what? You get the playmat, and you get maybe a few booster packs where you're probably also just going to be getting a majority super rares or a majority ultra rares. Whatever it may be, you're probably not pulling much of anything. And you get a prize card for winning, and you get a trophy for winning, but you also have a prize card that is basically unplayable. There's just a lot wrong with the prizing mechanic, with the whole game mechanic. There's so much wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, and honestly, while I was gone, I didn't really miss Yu-Gi-Oh! I would check my phone for updates like every now and then while I was gone, but at the same time, it's not something I came back and was like really excited to do. Don't get me wrong, I love locals. I love going to locals, and I love being able to just be able to play because it's been a while. I also just enjoy seeing friends. I enjoy seeing fresh new faces too when I get to locals, whatever it may be. But the game itself is just not good. Odds are you will not be getting a new ban list before Nationals, even though the main issue with the game is Snake Eye. And until Snake Eye gets hit in some way, shape, or form, a lot of people are going to keep complaining about how bad Yu-Gi-Oh! Is right now. Like, I had the intention earlier this year that I wanted to go to Nationals. Now I'm not. Not necessarily because I don't have my invite, which is unfortunate, but I wanted to go. I wanted to meet people. I wanted to see a bunch of YouTubers that are going to Nationals, whatever it may be, but I don't even have a lot of intention to really go, to be honest. Even for the regional, if I was going to be back in time to play in my regional, I was going to be playing like Kashtira, or I was going to be playing Runic. I wasn't going to be playing Snake Eye, and honestly, if I did go to the regional and I didn't play Snake Eye, odds are I'm not topping that event. And odds are if you play a deck that isn't Snake Eye, you're probably not topping that event either. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just in a really rough spot right now personally, and unless something changes soon, or unless Konami starts listening to their people and their YouTubers and everything else that talks about Yu-Gi-Oh!, we're in a tough spot. I'm gonna stop babbling now because I feel like I'm just kind of keeping this conversation going when I don't need to, but this is just my thoughts on the current game state right now, and I know it's a little bit different, so I'm not sure what else to really say here, to be honest. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I missed you guys. I really hope you guys are still around, because I know it's been a couple weeks and I don't really want to keep doing that to you because it's just not what I like doing. But let me know what you guys want to see in the comment section down below, and if you are also interested, again, please go ahead and follow my social media in the description as well, and let me know what you think Konami should do to fix the current state of Yu-Gi-Oh! But until next time, guys, this has been Papa, and I will catch you all in my next video.
The fuck you are.
You're a get the out of here.
Oh my goodness!
It's hunting season.
Applesauce, bitch.